Hey fellas, how you doing? Give you a little bit of an update. It's about 2 something in the afternoon on the 10th. It is Tuesday the 10th. It's nice outside. It's in the 80s, so I had to close the house up. I just finished closing the windows. Give you some updates on some stuff, and I'm going to try to make my point about why. I'm going to make my point with an example about why we need to start taking it serious about helping younger men. I'm going to move over to the desk. Here's my example. Today, I got offered a job at 1 o'clock in the afternoon from one of these guys. I'll show you where the guy lives. I'll open the door again and show you where he lives. He lives up here on the hill. And at one point in time, I had to stop talking to him for a while because he started treating me like an employee. And I don't work for him. He lives right up there in that house. So, anyways, all that to say this. Hopefully it's not too loud by the air conditioner. You know what, it probably is too loud in the air conditioner. I'll take you out to the kitchen and sit you down. Yeah, nobody wants to hear that damn thing running. Well, anyways, I'll just speak up and sit here. So he offers me a job at 1 o'clock because the young man he had working for him, he wasn't paying well. Now you figure this guy is uber wealthy. I mean, stupid money wealthy. And he was a bad guy. In this area, most of the bad guys, when they want to retire, and in fact, a lot of the cartel bangers or keep their family here in El Paso, and they do all the dirty work across the border in Juarez. So anyways, I'll just leave that as it was. So anyways, he did not value the services that this young man was doing for him. And the young man had enough, and he quit. And it left the guy in a lurch. Let me see if I can turn it sideways, if it'll be any better. Is that better? Let me see if I can raise this. I'm learning a lot about this stuff. All right, anyways. I don't know where the camera is now, so no, I don't want to go. All right. Down. Is that the camera? I can't find the camera. Do I got it upside down? I do. I have it upside down. All right. Now that I'm unscrewed, I unscrewed myself. And I turned him down, and he seemed shocked that I wouldn't take his money. I don't want to be associated with any of that stuff. And honestly, I don't need the money. And I don't want to be at anyone's beck and call. I have a hard time doing things for my wife. And I love her. So I've had enough of taking fucking orders. And I just don't like it. So anyways, I turned him down. But what he's coming to realize is he's been the man, but he's been such an asshole for such a long time that nobody wants to fucking deal with him. And now he's to the age where he needs to be driven around. He doesn't have a driver's license. He can't get caught driving around. And if he does, and they find out who he is, he's got some fucking problems. So he wants somebody else to do all his dirt for him, but he doesn't want to pay him. I don't know if you guys know much about being a bad guy, but one of the things that if you do security work or you do personal protective, personal security, let's just call it personal security, bodyguarding or anything like that. One of the things you have to stipulate is that they have to provide you with an attorney, or they have to hire your attorney and pay your attorney a retainer and put it in writing that they're going to take care of your legal bills if you do something on their behalf. That's just the way it goes. It's like a corporate security gig. With guys like him, they usually give you what's called a bag. and they give you a bag of money, and you take care of all of that stuff, so there's no real paper trail. But he doesn't even want to do that, and now he has isolated himself. He's got a big, beautiful house. I don't think he. I think he fired his last cleaning lady. So, my point of the video today was that if we don't take the time as an older man, what the hell are my 60s, and if I'm lucky enough to make it to my 70s, what's my life going to look like if when I had the opportunity to help the guys in my community, I was like, fuck it, go get it on yourself. And to act like getting a job nowadays is like getting a job back when I was younger. That it's absolutely different. In my opinion, they've lied to so many young men about college instead of using the trades that a lot of people are retraining to go into the trade fields after spending close to $100, if not over $100,000 on a college education that doesn't really do a whole lot for you. I have a nephew that works for the company called Raytheon. He taught himself how to. He's probably one of them. I'll tell you this, I don't like fucking playing chess with him because he's that fucking bright. Taught himself how to code, taught himself languages. He's just one of those guys. He can pick an instrument up and play it, which, anyways, doesn't matter. He's just that brilliant. He doesn't have a college degree, and Raytheon hired him, and he's like skyrocketing up the charts. We did vouch for him so he could get his background checks done. But anyways, all that to say this. Things are not like it. For me to sit around here and act like things are the same as it was for me when I was younger, that's unrealistic. Women didn't hate men back when I was coming up. You were still about marriage. There was a family called Love and Marriage. Al Bundy was the main character. Man, he was a shoe salesman, had a house, a wife, and 2 kids. He had all kinds of problems, but he was able to have a house, sell shoes. He was a former football player. I think it's called Love and Marriage. No, that's a song. Love and Marriage. Anyways, those times are gone for guys. There's guys out here who I got a shock. There's a guy who's a waiter. He's a really good jiu-jitsu, no-gi jiu-jitsu guy, but I didn't know they could pay you less than the $7.25 minimum wage if you took tips. It's just, anyways, the game is just so rigged against young guys getting ahead. It's not fair. So if we don't take the time as older men just to listen to guys. Now, I can help guys with basic stuff like, hey, listen, you need to listen twice as much as you speak. You need to learn how money works. That's why I do the drip stocks. And I don't want any of them to ever think I take anything from them. So that is something I think needs to be addressed. And if you have the opportunity to help out at church, if you volunteer at like a food pantry, if you take the time to be a coach, that makes a big difference. But the big difference, there's a lot of guys out there who unfortunately don't have a father figure. And in a lot of instances, that's not the single mother's fault. But in some instances it is. But that's something the child has to pay for that the mother doesn't have to pay for. Not having a father figure. I didn't have a father figure, and I was a fucking mess till I was like 35. I mean, I was an absolute fucking mess. So I don't want to see that happen. And that's why I try to do what I can, but there is There have been and continue to be so many changes that I have to stick to the basics about being a man. I can't talk to a guy on what it's like to be a tradesman. I was never a tradesman. I know about being a bagman. Anyways, let me change the subject a little bit. This is the last time I'm able to talk about this subject, and I will tell you that an attorney contacted my attorney today and wants to settle the false charges. By the way, I also got a what do they call that? A update from the El Paso Police Department. They have decided to drop the case, the formal charge against me for all the different anyways. But I'm not going to talk about that anymore. But I did tell my attorney this. No, I'm not going to let go. No, she can't just give me an apology and it be over. Yes, I want to go to court. Yes, I want to see her deposed, and I hope she fucking lies. But I can't talk about this anymore till it's done. So, and I'll probably get a, they'll probably send me a letter formally telling me to shut the fuck up. Or they're going to drop me. So, anyways, that's what it is. No, I'm not going to fucking let this go. I'm tired of, you know what? Women are so accustomed to not being accountable for the things they say and do, and being able to twist the legal system to their favor, to call the cops on a guy and ruin his life. I mean, you're automatically guilty. God forbid if you're an in-shape guy and you look like you're jacked or something. The cops are going to be, oh, we got a live one. So anyways, all right. But I'm going to let that go so you won't hear anything else from me. I appreciate the positive comments. I'll try to spend the rest of the day catching up. The last thing I want to talk to you about is our dividend reinvestment stocks. I've been following them because we took an ass whooping last Friday, but we've already made all the money back. As of today, we've got all the money back. We're doing just fine. We're already over $3,200, $32,000 again. So we're going to be okay. And if they cut rates, we're going to be okay. Love you guys. I'm going to do what I can to help you. You don't owe me anything. You don't have to like. You don't have to subscribe. I'm not the arbitrator of truth. I make mistakes. If I get called out on a mistakes or something, hey, you fucked that up, I got no problem admitting I'm wrong. And the other thing, I don't think I know everything. There are so many things that young men have to go through that I never had to go through. We didn't have fucking cell phones when I was a bad guy. We had maps. We didn't have GPS. Anyways, you did dealings face-to-face, handshake. And anyways, I don't want to go down that street. Love you guys. Stay safe and healthy. Take care of each other if you can. And for God's sakes, take care of yourselves. Stop blaming yourself. Stop being too hard on yourself. Get your body, your mind, and your spirit right. Do whatever you can to be successful. But yes, the game is rigged against you. And for some strange reason, it's okay to mistreat, belittle, and disrespect men. And I personally had enough of that bullshit. Like a fort in a G-string. From West Texas, El Paso. I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Love you guys.